this statement. This statement right here. It begs to ask the proverbial question. The question we've all asked. Can a narcissist change? Are they capable of change? To which the widely accepted answer is no. No, they cannot. However, we've come to find that there's a minuscule collection of these individuals, a minority population, that have, through some series of events or realizations, become self-aware. And while not all these individuals who become self-aware want to change, some do. Of the self-aware narcissistic individuals out there, some of them don't care. They embrace it. They like it. They like the fact that they're toxic and abusive. However, some that become self-aware, they see where the path is going to end, and they don't want that. So they begin to facilitate change. Whether or not that change can be quantified as anything substantial lies solely on the shoulders of the person afflicted with MPD. The worse it is, the less likely they're going to change. In order for a narcissist to change, a very particular series of events needs to occur in no specific order. But some things do need to occur if there's going to be any hope of any change whatsoever. First and foremost, they must become self-aware. They must come to a place of realization where they can see that you're not the problem, that people aren't the problem, that they themselves are the problem. And this realization comes with extreme resistance, because it means being vulnerable in such a way that they have to admit that they're the problem. And their tiny, fragile, delicate little ego, well, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like to be in a place that makes them look bad. And that stems from the crippling insecurity that they suffer from. Secondly, that self-awareness needs to be followed up with desire. They have to have a desire to change. And most don't want to change. Most will flat out tell you to your face, I'm not going to change. I'm not changing for you. I'm not changing for anybody else. Without that desire for change, they've got nothing. No change can be expected. It must be followed by desire. The next stage would require reprogramming. You have to change those fundamental beliefs of theirs. You see, imagine a person who is always stealing. They get caught, they get in trouble, they pay the consequences, and they stop stealing. Just because they stop stealing doesn't mean they've changed. You have to go in and change the fundamental beliefs that created that behavior in the first place. And that's very difficult for a narcissist, because their beliefs stem from a selfish place. They are the center of the universe. They don't see anything bigger than themselves. They have to come to the realization that they are not the center of the fucking world. And that's very difficult for them, because they are afflicted with a very tiny, delicate, fragile ego that does not like to admit culpability or responsibility for what they do. Something that needs to be understood is MPD is not a mental disorder. You can't just pull out those symptoms and have a healthy person left behind. It's a personality disorder. You can't just pull out all those toxic traits, because if you did, all you'd be left with was some kind of avoidant. The toxic traits, the toxic beliefs, they need to be pulled out and replaced with something better. And again, it's very difficult. Their condition is something similar to a defense mechanism. They have these selfish, self-centered beliefs, because they have a tiny, delicate ego. They suffer from crippling insecurity and a deep, deep selfishness. And while it is a convoluted process, there is a process there. There is a possibility there. But what you also need to realize is you can't save them. You cannot save the narcissist. You cannot change them. They have to want to change for themselves. They need a personal desire to change. And most don't. And that's why we never see change. They are treatment resistant. That means they can go to therapy, they can be treated, and they don't get better. Because somewhere in the billfold of their corrupt beliefs and morality, they believe that they're fucking okay. They're not the problem. You are. Don't try to change the narcissist. You'll only get hurt. Believe me. I've tried. In order for a narcissist to change, they have to find something greater than themselves, which is very difficult for them, because to them there's nothing greater than themselves. I have seen some show improvement. Some find religion, creed, or discipline. And the reason that works is because they're replacing their own personal and toxic beliefs with a series of healthy beliefs, non-toxic beliefs. But that is so rare. You can drag a narcissist to church. Doesn't mean they want to be there. Doesn't mean they want to change. And as we all know, people like to hold on to their beliefs. It's just how that is. I hope you understand. We cannot stop it. They have to stop it. They have to have a desire. They have to have a want or a need. They need something that makes them want to change. But otherwise, we have no control over that. They have to do it for themselves.